Hey, peace. What's going on, man? It's your boy No. Disclaimer: I'm not feeling really well. This weather changes kind of gotten to me. Let's get into it, man. Excuse the voice, sound low. Detroit Pistons had a dress rehearsal preseason game, I believe, yesterday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They win 129-110. We know it is about preseason. I'm not even about to get into the basis of the game or anything like that. Uh, Again, this is another part to my video I made last week too about them. How people, just don't seem to understand this team and why they've been through what they've been through. I'm gonna just break it down. What it is, man. If you go back 8 to almost 10 years ago, what happened? Pistons were slowly fading out the playoff kind of team, and then it was like, okay, the owner died, and then we know for a fact that can put stress on the front office because now the team is like it's up for grabs. Nobody's know what's going to go on. People jobs at stake. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen is it's going to take a while. The daughter didn't know what she wanted to do with the team or where she wanted to sell it to, this and that and other. So Tom Gore steps in. They sell it to him. What it is. So there's a shape up in the office, in particular Dumars, not being the GM or whatever no more. He gives him a different position. So now you have to you eventually get new coaches. When you drafting players, you let a lot of older guys go. You got Andre Drummond, I think eventually will be drafted out the first round. Then I think eventually Brandon Jennings, such names. Chauncey, remember he came back for a minute. And I think it was under Mo Cheeks, coaching term. A lot of this was going down. I know I probably missed his name. But yeah, man, so Detroit Pistons, a lot of stuff is organizational wise. It's nothing to get. Well, some of it is against the city. As Detroit, we not like, but a lot of it is because of that long tail. So eventually, basically Stan Van Gundy would have joined. We would eventually get kind of a hot streak going with Brandon Jennings once Josh Smith was gone, where it seemed like we almost could have became a playoff team. I mean, this guy just took over games, and then we know tragic injury that happened to him caused a Stan Van Gundy to trade DJ Augustine, and hopefully I believe Reggie Jackson comes on the team. So, basically you can, in that year, get into the year we went to the playoffs. That's what it's about. So you had too many successful teams on the East and West. The Pistons were a team trying to rebuild after selecting Stanley Johnson and others out the draft. And, you already had some teams that were hot commodities already, like Cleveland, Golden State, obviously. You still had the Spurs. You got OKC. You have the Raptors, who were still a hot team. At some point, even the Hawks and Pacers, I believe. So it's like the Pistons were kind of outweighed between both the East and Western Conference because they were like a team that's trying to rebuild with a bunch of young guys on there. Just not finding a new point guard. They were still kind of rebuilding through the season. That's when they eventually traded for Tobias Harris from the Magic. So they were able to do just enough to make the playoffs. And the thing is, Stan Van Gundy did serve his purpose on trying to get us back into the picture of the NBA. He kind of did do that. Problem was, overall, he was a failure as a coach, man, because his philosophy, how he does with players, and particularly rookies, but even giving veterans a hard time. So you go on signing any old name just because they're a veteran or this and that, and then you don't know what to do with roster changes. Of course, the Pistons are going to lose games, not to mention injuries. And his philosophy, the way he does as a coach, it hurts the players, the way his scheme and everything about it. So really, when you add that up, that's why the Pistons don't seem like they can't compete with other teams, even though they actually can. We have talent to compete with these other teams. You guys cannot get caught up in dealing with all-stars. I know it only seems like we got 3 total all-star caliber players between Reggie Jackson, well, just basically say the big 3. But sometimes a lot of teams only had just that big 3, and they can make a lot of success, man. We got a lot of young guys, man, young people who are hungry. So you cannot let yourself get caught up in fear of what other teams may or may not have. We have a lot of talent on this team, and that preseason game, from what I'm telling, it showed a lot of it. One thing I'm hearing is that this team is improving in that backcourt shooting, 3-pointers and everything else. They play a little more relaxed now, like they actually can go out there and play ball. So you don't have any unnecessary pressure building on this team. So which means the Pistons can go out there and start doing what they always doing. I expect big things out of them this year. I understand a lot of issues started with the organization stuff, ownership. That can hurt a team when you put a team through that. Even if you're a big time winning team, you could get hurt doing that, losing the owner. Then let's say you don't know who's going to take over the team or this and that and the other. I mean, we're seeing that with the Tigers right now, losing Mike Ilitch. Then they sold all the players away, this and that and the third. That's why the Tigers are hurting. So the Pistons kind of went through some of the similar things already, been there and done it. Now this is their time to show up, especially with LeBron going to the West. The East is a little bit more ups. You still got trouble, I think, with the Raptors. You know, Philly, we expect big things from Philly and Boston. But I think the Raptors can offer something, and I'm not ever willing to throw the heat out. It's going to be still competitive, but I think the Pistons are fare much better now and with a chance to at least improve and get more playoff experience so we can better contend with the guys in the West. And that's what I'm expecting them to do. So I feel like the Pistons have 3 all-star caliber type players. Make no mistake, Reggie Jackson is, to me, a caliber all-star player when he's healthy, which is another big thing because he is finally truly healthy now. So it's like, I think just give this team a little time. You can't rush these things, man. You have to let them develop into what they need to be, man. You have to let them flow. When you got a coach that's just ruins chemistry, even when he has the players that can help really get you some wins, and you know, with a team that plays like a team, that's bad. So you have to look at that point. You can't look at it as, oh, we don't have no talent. We have talent. Let's believe. And we can contend. Not every team has a load full of all-star players. Remember what I told y'all last video? They have a team full of promoted celebrities, guys who get media attention. You cannot let yourself fall trapped into that and get scared like, oh, the Pistons are not going to be good. Nothing content with them. Most of the majority of the talent is in the West. We had Kawhi Leonard over here, Joel Embiid, who's up and coming, who just did not have an all-star season last year. Still got Kyle Lowry and, like I said, Kawhi Leonard. We don't know how that completely is going to go. Then you got the Kyrie Irvings and then maybe John Walls and them still over here in the East. Okay, we can contend with these guys. Believe me, we can contend with them. So I feel like the Pistons will be fine. Everybody calm down. It's just that this team got a jail now, and they got to start. And they'll show y'all game 1. That's how I'm going to leave it, man. If you still kind of feel negative about the team, we'll just wait and see Wednesday when this team has their first game, the regular season. So we'll see about them. And if you see that I'm right, you know that I'm right. So right now, don't be worried about your team, man. They're fine. They'll get it done. I have faith in what Dwayne Casey is bringing to this team. You know, it takes more than just talent alone. You have to have a good vision of winning basketball games or any sport game. So that's how I'm going to leave it. Like I said, tell me how you feel about the comment. Do you agree with anything I had to say? Do you like anything I had to say or not? Leave in the comment section, man. Subscribe to your boy if you can. Salute to everybody in DV. Detroit basketball. This is your boy Non. I'm out.